Okay, so let's begin with the very first operation on the pointer, that is called as dereferencing operation. Let's understand what is this dereferencing operation on the whiteboard, and then we'll move to the VS Code, right? So let's understand what is this dereferencing operation. Let's assume that there is one variable with name a with integer data type. Okay, so let's create one variable over here. So let me write a, and let's assume that its data type is of integer type. Okay, let's say this variable is storing initial value as 10 and its address is 100. So this is the variable that we have. Now what I will do is I will create one pointer to this variable. Let's name that pointer as ptr. See, as this ptr is going to be pointer to a variable, so what is going to be its data type? Its data type is going to be int star. We all know that, right? Now what this ptr is going to store, it is going to store address of a variable, right? Because we are saying that ptr is going to point to a. So as ptr is going to point to a, that means ptr should store address of a variable. So the value that ptr will have is going to be 100, because 100 is nothing but address of a variable, right? So this is the basic structure that I have created till now. We have one variable that is a, and then we have a pointer that is ptr. Ptr is pointing to a. Now ptr is actually having address of a variable, right? How can we make use of this address, or how can we make use of this ptr variable, so that with the help of ptr variable we can actually reach to the memory location whose address ptr is holding? Okay, we can be able to access the memory location, we can be able to get the value which is present at the memory location, we can be able to change the value which is present at the memory location. The exact same thing can be done with this operation that is called as dereferencing operation. So what is this dereferencing operation? Dereferencing operation is actually used to dereference a pointer. So we have a pointer, that pointer is going to have some address. With the help of that address we can actually reach to that memory location, and we can perform some operation on that memory location. In this case we have a pointer called as ptr, so that ptr is storing address as 100, right? So with this address that is 100, we can actually reach to the 100 memory location, or I will say the memory location which is having address as 100, and on that memory location we can perform some operations like getting the data which is present at that memory location, or changing the data which is present at that memory location. And this is done with the help of dereferencing operator, right? This is very interesting. So basically in this way we can actually make use of the pointer. We have a pointer to some memory location, we can actually with the help of that pointer reach to that memory location, and we can perform operations on this memory location. This is actually a very awesome thing, right? So let's understand what is this dereferencing operation, or how this dereferencing operator actually looks. Okay, so this dereferencing operator actually is indicated with this star symbol. Okay, so as addition operator is indicated with plus symbol, similarly dereferencing operator is indicated with this star symbol. This dereferencing operator is also called as value add operator. Okay, or it is also called as indirection operator. So maybe in your MCQs, if you get some alternative terms to the dereferencing operator like value add operator or indirection operator, then all these three names indicate to the same operation, that is called as dereferencing operation. Okay, so let's quickly understand how this dereferencing works in a VS Code. So let's quickly move to the VS Code and let's understand how this dereferencing works. Okay, so let's move to the VS Code. Okay, so now I'm on the VS Code. Let's create that structure that we created on the whiteboard first. Let's do that quickly. So we had one variable with name a, and it was having value as 10. Okay, then we were having another variable with name ptr, and whose type was int star, which is a pointer to a. So it was storing address of a variable. Okay, so we just created that structure. Okay, now what we can do with the help of dereferencing operation is we can actually access the memory location which is pointed by ptr. Okay, now when I say access, there can be two things which can be done. The first thing is we can actually get the data which is present at that memory location, or the second thing that can be done is we can actually change the data at that memory location. So let's first do one thing. Let's first get the data which is present at the memory location. So let's understand how we can do this. See, what I will do, I will just print the data which is present at the memory location which is being pointed by PTR pointer. Okay, so for that what I will do is I will write cout followed by star, which indicates dereferencing operation or which indicates value add operation, and then I will write PTR followed by ENDL. Okay, now if you will guess what will be the output in this case will be nothing but 10. So we will be getting output as 10. Now why we will be getting output as 10? So for that, let's quickly move to the whiteboard. I will explain you why I will get output as 10. So what we are doing is we are writing star PTR. Okay, so whenever we are writing star PTR, that means basically, see, PTR is having value as 100, right? It is storing 100 as its value. So when we write star PTR, that means value at 100 location. What is value at 100 location? You can quickly see that value at 100 location is nothing but 10, because A is a variable which is present at 100 location, and what is value at 100 location? It is nothing but 10. So whenever we write star followed by some pointer, that means we are actually trying to get value which is present at that memory location. In this case, the value which is present at 100 memory location is nothing but 10. Okay, so in this case we will get outputs at 10. Okay, so let's quickly go back to the VS Code and let's execute the code. Let's see what output we are actually getting. So let's go to the terminal, let's clear the terminal. Now let's compile this code. So we'll write G++ followed by file name is pointer operation .cpp. Okay, and then what we will do is we will execute this file. It is still getting compiled. Okay, now we will execute this file. Okay, you can see that we are getting output as 10. Okay, so what is happening? Pointer is storing address of a variable, that is A. Then we are actually using star operation before pointer. Okay, it is called as dereferencing operation. What dereferencing operation will do? It will take us to the memory location and then it will basically allow us to get the value present at that memory location. So what we did is we just got the value which was present in the memory location which was pointed by the pointer. Now the second thing that actually we can do is we can actually change the value which is present at that memory location. Let's see how we can do this. What we can do is I can write something like this: star PTR, that means the memory location pointed by the PTR. What I am doing is I am assigning that memory location a new value. Let's assign 20 over there. So I am writing star PTR is equal to 20. Okay, now let me repeat this line over here after this. So let's see what is the updated value at that memory location. It should be 20, right? Because we are here doing, or we are assigning value as 20 over here, right? So when I will print star PTR next time, actually the value should be 20. Let's see what we get as the output. Let's first compile the code. Okay, now when I will execute this code, you can see that initial value is 10, and then after that when we are modifying the value with the help of dereferencing operation, the new value is 20. Now the main important thing is here what I am doing is I am writing cout star PTR ENDL, right? And here we are getting output as 20. What will happen if I write cout A? Can you guess the answer? See what will happen when we will write cout A ENDL. Okay, what will be the output of this line, like line number 15? See, if I will compile and execute this code, you will be surprised to see that the output that we are getting for cout A is also 20. Okay, so this is something called as power of the pointer. What we are doing with the help of pointer, we can directly change the value present at that memory location. See, actually the value or actually the memory location which is pointed by PTR pointer is memory location of a variable, right? And with the help of this pointer we are actually able to change the value of a variable. It is very powerful thing. You can modify anything with the help of pointer. You just need an address, and with the help of that address you can go to that memory location and do whatever you want. That's the power of this dereferencing operator, and that's the reason why all the programmers say that pointers must be used very carefully. If you don't use pointers carefully, then it may cause a trouble. See, if there is one important variable and you are creating a pointer to that variable and accidentally with the help of pointer you change the value of that variable, then it's a trouble. Maybe it will create a big disaster in your program, okay? And that's the reason you should use pointers very wisely, and when it comes to dereferencing operation you should use it very wisely, okay? See, get is fine, but if you are trying to update it as you are doing it on line number 12, then it's a very critical operation. That's why this line must be used very wisely. Okay, so now I feel that you have now got a basic idea about what is dereferencing operation, okay? So let's quickly revise. See, this dereferencing operation is used to get value present at the memory location where the pointer is actually pointing or whose address pointer is storing. Or we can also use this dereferencing operation to change the value present at that memory location, okay? So we are getting value present at the memory location at line number 10 and at line number 14, right? And we are changing the value present at the memory location at line number 12, okay? So in this way basically the dereferencing operation works. What is the syntax? Syntax is very easy. You just have to write star in front of name of the pointer. See, this star indicates dereferencing operation or dereferencing operator, and this dereferencing operator is also called as value at operator or indirection operator.